Nigeria, a land of over 250 ethnic groups, 500 languages, and 200 million stories. Today, she is known as the Giant of Africa, a powerhouse of culture, tech, and commerce. But to understand the giant, we must walk through the corridors of time, back to where the story began. Long before the name Nigeria existed, great civilizations flourished here. As far back as 900 BC, the Nok culture in the north was already smelting iron and creating world-renowned terracotta art. In the south, the Kingdom of Nri pioneered a unique form of priest-kingship, while the Empire of Ife became the spiritual heart of the Yoruba people, producing bronze and terracotta works that would later stun European art critics. Further east, the Kingdom of Benin rose to become one of the most organized and powerful states in West Africa, its capital once described by early explorers as a city of grand proportions and advanced architecture. To the north, the Kanem-Borno Empire dominated the Trans-Saharan trade routes for nearly 1,000 years. By the 11th century, Islam arrived via the Sahara, transforming the house estates into centers of learning and commerce. Centuries later, in the 15th century, the Portuguese arrived on the coast, bringing Christianity and a new, darker era of trade. The Atlantic slave trade would tear through the fabric of these societies for 300 years, leaving a scar that changed the course of African history forever. In the mid-19th century, the British moved to end the slave trade and replace it with legitimate commerce in palm oil and rubber. In 1851, they attacked Lagos, annexing it a decade later. At the Berlin Conference of 1884, European powers carved up Africa. The British moved inland, defeating the Sokoto Caliphate and the Benin Empire. In 1914, a man named Lord Frederick Lugard amalgamated the northern and southern protectorates into a single entity. It was his future wife, Flora Shaw, who suggested the name Nigeria, named after the great river Niger that flowed through its heart. The mid-20th century saw a surge of nationalism. Giants like Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Sir Ahmadu Bello, and Chief Obafemi Awolowo led the charge for self-rule. On October 1, 1960, the Union Jack was lowered and the green-white-green flag was raised. Nigeria was finally independent. Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa became the first prime minister, and a new era of hope began. But the honeymoon was short-lived. In 1966, a bloody military coup shattered the First Republic, followed by a counter-coup. Ethnic tensions boiled over, leading to the Nigerian Civil War in 1967. For 30 months, the secessionist state of Biafra, led by Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, fought the federal government led by General Yakubu Gowon. It was a humanitarian catastrophe that claimed over 1 million lives. In 1970, the war ended with a policy of no victor, no vanquished. The 1970s brought the oil boom. Nigeria was suddenly wealthy, hosting the world at Festac 77. But wealth brought corruption and a cycle of military coups. From the reforming zeal of General Murtala Muhammad to the long years of General Ibrahim Babangida, the country struggled for stability. The low point came in the 1990s under the iron fist of General Sani Abacha, following the annulment of the June 12, 1993 election, widely believed to have been won by MKO Abiola. In 1999, Nigeria returned to civilian rule. Olusegun Obasanjo became the first president of the Fourth Republic. Since then, Nigeria has seen the longest stretch of uninterrupted democracy in its history. Despite challenges, from the Boko Haram insurgency to economic hurdles, the spirit of Nigeria remains unbroken. Today, Nollywood is the second largest film industry in the world. Nigerian music dominates global charts, and its tech startups are the unicorns of Africa. Nigeria's history is a tapestry of triumph and tragedy, of ancient empires and modern innovations. It is the story of a people who, regardless of the storm, always find a way to dance. The giant is awake, and her story is still being written.